thank you for this, because in my opinion and in my experience and in my heart and in my soul, I have only always seen your soul, Lisa.
Right.
I don't ever identify us by the differences of the color of our skin. And I know that by saying that, it will also, there's an unconscious that I wasn't aware of, that I've now become aware of, that we do have a difference of skin. And I've watched so many great, just opinions about my unconscious experience
Yeah.
of the fact that we have
Yeah.
to, and I used to say, look, I see soul, and I see into
Right.
your soul, and I see how your soul cracks open my soul. And I've known that for ever since I've spoken with you. And you
Now
know
do you
that.
now do you see
Yes,
how, with all the love you have, that's a privilege statement, because
I totally see that.
you only have to see soul. In the room that we walk into when we have the pleasure of getting together twice a year,
That makes me
I
sick,
see
though. That
soul.
makes me,
But
it makes me
here's what I
sick.
need you to understand. There hasn't been any time that we haven't been together that I didn't see soul, but I had to also see skin. I had to.
Okay.
I don't have that luxury. I don't have the luxury to not see it because it's seen with me. It's always, and I'm not saying that from a victim perspective. I walk in my
No.
power and my authority. I walk in my honor, but I'll be blindsided if I didn't. I would be
Mm,
caught off guard. So
mm.
many things that you don't see because you don't have to see them. And here's
Right.
what I want to invite all of my white sisters and brothers to do is to be willing right now to not understand it. Like, and that's hard because we want to comprehend everything. To say there's something I'm not going to get, that 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 when my sister Lisa walks in a room,
Yeah.
they see two Lisas, right? They see two Lisas, but she doesn't have the luxury of not seeing skin. She does, in the place that you and I go to,
Right.
I'm one of the
Right.
few African Americans there. I'm one of less than a handful there. And for a very long time, when I was in that space that we're talking about, that's near and dear to us both,
Hmm.
I remember having to justify constantly why I was there. And I was okay with that. I was okay with that only because I'm used to it, not because it's right. And so now you're being made aware of what's been happening the entire time.
I, I
And
I
what
cannot tell you how sick it makes me, Lisa. It makes me mad. It makes me angry that you had to deal with that. I mean, I, I am,
say everything you feel. Say everything you
I
feel,
am
Lisa, because what you're
so
saying is you're
freaking
disappointed.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for that experience, Lisa. I'm so sorry. I've never seen you anything but absolutely enormously, incredibly beautiful, and
But
just the
here's what I
reach
want
you
you. Here's
have.
what I
And
want you. But
I'm
Lisa,
sorry.
here's what I want you to hear. Here's what I want you to hear, because it's really important. Because I see so many of my friends like you going through this right now, and I
Yeah.
think what you've begun to do is you've begun to allow your love for me to be questioned, and that's not what's being questioned right now.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
want you
Yeah.
to separate. And I want every white person who truly has been about humanity. Now, if you haven't, and you've lived under a rock and you've lived inside of a divisive conversation, then you get to be educated that the time has come no more. No
Right.
more. No more. It's done. But for those of you, and I know they're my sisters and my brothers here who are African American, I hope you understand what I'm saying now, and I believe you do. For my sisters and brothers like you, Lisa, I get that there's a level of awareness you didn't have. And it came from a sense of privilege, but it didn't come from a sense of intentional unconsciousness. I just don't believe that. I believe
Right.
that some people don't even know what you're unconscious about. And then there are those who choose to remain unconscious, who choose to push away consciousness. And then there are those, so there are different levels. We say white, black as if it's one bucket for both. It's not one bucket for both. There are different levels of awareness, and I'm not trying to give anyone a pass, nor am I trying to pin anyone against the wall and say shame on everyone. It's not the case. When we talk about moving forward, and we talk about how do we move forward, what I want to invite you to do is not take up real estate in guilt. Don't take up real estate in feeling shame. Like, feel it so you know you are alive. I will never feel this again. I will never be this unaware again. I will never be this disconnected again. I recognize, this is you, not me. I recognize that I am privileged, but it's my social responsibility to check in with my brothers and sisters of all hues and hear their journey, and understand that mine will never be theirs. So I don't have a right to say, I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I don't. But what I can do is I can honor the shoes you're walking in. And I can show you through my actions. I can show you through my love. I can show you through the way I raise my children. I can show you through the way I protest on my platform, the way I can. I can show you by the way I vote. I can show you by the way I demand equal rights. Even though you, Lisa, you have the rights, demand them for everyone the way you have them. So that's the way. And so let's not get caught up in a misery party. Don't accept any invitations to a misery party, a pity party, or a blame shame party. Let's have forward moving conversations, forward moving agendas, forward moving thoughts. Shame on us for being here in 2020, but shame on us for being here in 2021. Right?
Yeah,
And so
right.
that's what I'm